An acting challenge so difficult it led to stomach pains and a call to mom? Here's the uncomfortable movie scene that Jennifer Lawrence struggled to film. Jennifer Lawrence has made a name for herself as a grounded, affable actress who seems to tackle every new challenging role with ease. While fans might take it for granted that as an actress it's her job to handle each take like a professional, some scenes are more difficult for Lawrence than others. And we're not talking about action scenes in films like the X-Men franchise or The Hunger Games. For Lawrence, one of the hardest scenes she ever had to film involved the intimate love scene with her married co-star Chris Pratt in 2016's Passengers. In the film, Pratt's character is accidentally woken up early from a state of suspended animation while on a 120-year journey to a new planet. Pratt's Jim decides to wake up Lawrence's Aurora, and the two fall in love before having to contend with the ship malfunctioning, threatening the lives of the other still sleeping passengers. However, there's a certain steamy scene that J-Law felt particularly weird about before, during, and after its filming. Lawrence opened up about the scene during an actress roundtable for The Hollywood Reporter in 2015, talking about what was actually her first real love scene. She said she was anxious about kissing a married man. Her co-star Chris Pratt was married to actress Anna Faris at the time. "I had my first real sex scene a couple weeks ago, and it was really bizarre. It was really weird, and everything was done right. Nobody did anything wrong. It's just a bizarre experience." As for how she dealt with her anxiety over the scene, "I got really drunk. But then that led to more anxiety when I got home because I was like, what have I done? I don't know." In a separate interview with Seth Meyers, the Oscar-winning actress discussed how she was paranoid about coming across in a negative light.
Because like with sex scenes, you don't know what to do. You're like, is it enough? Your worst nightmare is it too much?
She continued by pointing out how it felt uncomfortable to discuss the specifics of the scene prior to filming.
You don't talk about it at all, and that makes it so much more uncomfortable.
For Lawrence, it seems like the best course of action was to enjoy some wine to help digest the situation. While speaking at a promotional event per Vanity Fair, her co-star Chris Pratt mentioned that above all, he wanted to make sure his co-star felt comfortable. She wanted to have some wine, so he did, and that was nice. But even after they were done shooting the scene, Jennifer Lawrence said she was self-conscious about how it went. "Guilt is the worst feeling in your stomach, and I knew it was my job, but I couldn't tell my stomach that." Lawrence was so bothered by the situation that she reached out to her mom for reassurance. "So I called my mom and I was like, will you just tell me it's okay? It was just very vulnerable, and you don't know what's too much. You want to do it real, you want everything to be real, but then that was the most vulnerable I've ever been." It seems her efforts were worth it in the end, as Passengers grossed more than $300 million worldwide, making it one of the most profitable original films from 2016. But critics weren't as kind to the film. The sci-fi drama holds a 30% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes with the consensus. Still, one consistent bright spot among the negative reviews was Pratt and Lawrence's chemistry on screen. Sounds like the discomfort was well worth the final result.